Welcome back everyone to another episode of Shade TV. My name is Marissa Hill and today we'll be covering the What the Clot Nike Dunk Lows. Let's take a quick sneak peek. Welcome back everyone to another unboxing and review. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome in. Today we'll be discussing a collaboration done with Clot and the Nike team on some Nike Dunk Lows. I've done many of the previous Clot collaborations with Nike and Jordan. Lots of different things going on with these sneakers, which is probably why it's called the What Does. So we'll go through the overview of these, jump into size and fit, followed by how I style this really crazy, intricately different pair of sneakers, and then we'll conclude with how these are currently doing on the resale market. Let's jump right into it. So these initially released in the summertime. These were very, very difficult to get. I don't know anybody actually who got these. So really excited to have these in hand so that I can go through an overview and talk about the inspiration behind these. But if you are a fan of Edison Chen and his streetwear and fashion brand label, this is something I definitely had to have in the collection. It is just a really cool color combination going on for both the left and right sneaker. I pulled some of my previous pickups from the past Clot collabs just because these are actually where he drew his inspiration from. And also this is to celebrate Clot's 20th anniversary, which is really crazy. As far as both color schemes go, they're very different, and that's because they're based and inspired by different pieces in the past collaborations that he's done. So for this variation, as you can kind of see, this definitely draws from the terracotta color scheme of my Air Jordan 14. I definitely love the color scheme of this one a little bit more just because, as you can see, the two sneakers that I do have are the ones that draw inspiration for this specific color scheme. But you do have this really cool transparent toe here. And then on the front, we've got that same tone for the terracotta 14. The only thing that I see that's different that I actually don't really see on either pair of these other two sneakers is this tone here, which is satin, and it's got a nice print on it for the eyelets. We've got white laces, some red detailing at the top for the Nike and Swoosh logo, and then on the other side we've got just some hairy suede and cream beige tone for the eyelets. So let's take a look at those details, then move along to the side paneling on this first sneaker. Wrapping around to the side panels, we've got some really cool textured beige leather here. It's got some nice bubbling going on texture-wise, and then we've got this nice swoosh mark in red. So again, this was the Air Max 1 Kiss of Death, and this also, you can kind of see some colors and hues that were used on this or being used on this as well. We've got some hot pink, and again, this really cool printed satin here on one side of the medial side of the heel. On the lateral side, completely different, more of that terracotta color scheme. Same with the swoosh mark, which is in a satin print, and it has some nice floral print on there as well. Then we're getting some hot pink on the back of the heel with cloth Scott's logo on top of this nice orange tone, which is definitely reminiscent of this colorway. And we've got that same exact pattern that you can kind of see actually on the back there, on the back of the heel here. The interior is in that terracotta color scheme, and then they're paying homage to Reflexology for the insole, which is in a nice pop of green. The sneaker is then completed with this beige tone for the midsole, and then the outsole is in that terracotta pink colorway. You also get some of that terracotta pink in the threading in between here as well. So now let's switch off to the right sneaker. So this actually, I have a Bearbrick. I don't really feel like bringing it down, but my Bearbrick matches the royal blue tones that you see on here. This also has a very similar toe box to my Air Max 1 here. You can see through to be able to actually see what socks you're wearing underneath there. It's in an icy blue tone. And again, we've got some of that satin material nicely printed in this icy blue tone. And then we've got some royal blue for the eyelets on one side, and on the other side, it's a little bit different with some gray and gold. White laces are the finishing touch on there with a simple nylon white tongue. And then we've got lime green for the Nike swoosh mark, and then some nice royal blue tones to outline the tongue itself. Let's take a look at those details, then move along to the side paneling. Again, they also dropped an Air Force 1. So that Air Force 1 was fully covered in this royal blue tone, which is where you're seeing the royal blue tones on here, as well as this tennis classic ACTZ silhouette. So that had more of silver tones, which is where we're getting more silver textures and tones on here. As we work our way to the back, this is where we're getting metallic silver, and then clot, which is really cool. It's actually holographic. So when you move it in the light, it goes from saying clot to Nike. Really, really cool. And then we've got black in that satin material that wraps around to the other side, but just different patterns. So one side has more of a kind of floral print to it, while this one is more kind of abstract patterns. And we've got that blue swoosh mark on one side, which is a smaller swoosh, just like you're seeing here, and then larger swooshes on the lateral sides of each of these. And again, it has that really cool holographic look to it on that swoosh mark. And then the sneaker is completed with a really cool splattered marked midsole, which is in gray and white, and then this nice icy clear outsole to give the finishing touches. As far as the box goes, really cool, has Klotz branding all over it, as well as Nike and the swoosh mark in white with some different color variations that represent both colors on each of these sneakers. All right, so now as far as sizing goes, I would say stick true to size on this one. These ran a little bit big. I actually went half a size up, and I do have a little bit of extra space in them. All right, so as far as styling goes, I feel like I had to pick between which one I really wanted to go styling for color-wise, so I opted to really style after this color scheme. So for the first look though, I wanted to keep it pretty neutral, so it was more in between both of these tones. So I chose kind of a gray option with a button-down long sleeve shirt and a pair of matching pants.
At times when I just close my eyes, I see the place we used to live. Gaze up at the sky and I look for a familiar face. I try to find my way back home. Could have sworn it was real, but with time started doubting my
second look, I decided to go with this pink button-down shirt and a silky satiny material, since there was a lot of satin materials used on this. And then I wore some nice beige tone pants.
Memories are faded in the sun. I just wanna feel like when we were young, when we didn't need photographs and nostalgia to bring us back home.
Then for the last and final look, I decided to wear some beige pants with a nice khaki sleeveless shirt.
Sometimes I can't sleep. At times when I'm wide awake, I see the place we used to live. Stare into the sun, and I look for a familiar face. I'm blinded by the light, I'm lost. Could have sworn it was real, but with time started doubting. To get her move on, I'm gonna run. Still you currently the city, so what? Watch me, I'm the new Houdini. I don't need no astrology. The stars are shining to me, run. Go ahead and catch me if you can. Got caught up, lost and found, had a blast. There's no point to start moralizing. Just listen carefully to what I'm saying. Oh, call me crazy, tie me down if I'm wrong. We both know it's time for us to get our move on. I'm gonna run. Still you currently the city, so what? Watch me, I'm the new Houdini. I don't need no astrology. The stars are shining to me, run. Go ahead and catch me.
All right, so as far as the resale goes, these retailed at $120, and they're currently going between $200 to $450 depending on your size range. All right, everyone, that is it for this unboxing and review. If you joined us for the first time, thank you so much. My name is Marissa Hill. This is Shade TV. We will catch you on the next episode.
Run away, run away, run away.